Alright, hey guys, welcome back, and this week I wanted to take a look at a series of toys made by Matchbox and also by Playmates that were inspired by the Robotech series. Now, I have a whole series of videos eventually tackling the entire Robotech lineup, but for now, just to give you some basic backstory on what the Robotech series is about. Now, Robotech, or otherwise known as the Macross saga and the Great Robotech Wars, focuses around a crashed alien ship that crashed in the South Pacific, harboring a great energy source called protoculture. The alien race, the Zentradi, are sent to retrieve the ship, resulting in a war between the two races. Eventually, it turns out that the Zentradi were sent by the Robotech Masters to retrieve the technology on the ship, as it holds the only known means in the universe to produce protoculture, and so the Great Robotech Wars would begin. Now, these are die-cast metal toys that were produced in 1982 by Matchbox, and these were of the Robotech Battloids. Now, Battloids are a little bit different than other Robotech vehicles in the fact that they're not vertebrates, so they can't transform, but there were 5 of them that were made, and you had the Radar X, Gladiator, Spartan, the Xcalibur Mark 6, and the SDF-1, which was a transforming fortress. Years later, the toy line would be picked up again and sold from Hasbro to Playmates in a new form called Exo Squad, which was another division of Robotech. Now, a brief synopsis of Exo Squad was that you had 2 races, the genetically modified Neo-Sapiens and the humanoid Terrans. They once coexisted peacefully many years after the end of the Third Robotech War. The Neo-Sapiens were genetically modified to be better suited to terraforming harsh planets like Mars because of the dangerous conditions. Eventually, the Neo-Sapiens revolted against the Terrans, and a new chapter in the Robotech Wars had begun. Now, the same toy line was released as with the original 1982 Robotech Battloids, but this time they were all in plastic and not die-cast metal, and the colors were kind of cheap and lacking some stickers and quality that the original ones had, and thus I don't think this line fared as well. Alright guys, now with that brief Robotech history lesson out of the way, let's take a look at some of the Robotech Battloids that I have in my collection. Now, 2 of them here are the Matchbox die-cast versions, and one is the later 1994 Playmates. The first one we have here is the Matchbox 1982 Excalibur Mark 6, and I have to say this one right off the bat is my favorite out of the whole bunch. It has these great huge cannons that you can move around in a wide variety of positions, with the arms moving up and down and being able to move from side to side as well. And all of the bodies are able to be rotated 360 degrees, so you can put them in a wide variety of poses and have them ready for battle. On the side, he would have had antennas that would have plugged into his backpack there, but he still looks pretty good even missing that. And we'll take a look at the bottom here, and we can see the 1982 Bandai Japan stamp on the bottom of his feet. He has some really great coloring with the eyes up top and the orange shoulder pads, and overall just has a great feel with the heavy die-cast metal and great sculpting on the weapons, all of the different mechanisms and electronics, and just looks really cool and ready to take care of some business. Definitely my favorite. Alright, moving on, now let's take a look at another Matchbox die-cast Battloid, and this is the Radar X. Now, he's missing one of his little accessories on the top here, but also on top you can see that he has the radar scope, so it lives up to his name as that's up top. He has his dual Gatling guns on both sides, which can be moved. And again, you can also rotate the body 360 degrees. And he has some really nice details on here. What I like best about this figure is the paintwork is really intricately done. You can see all the little yellow fins on his ventilation shafts there. You can see he has stickers on the side as well, which I believe the other one would have had but have just fallen off over the years. But he has some really great details, aside from missing that one little gray, I think, ammunition compartment on the top, right by the front of the windshield of the unit. So he looks really cool. We'll put him back, and then we'll take a look at a very similar model. This would be the Exo Squad Playmates Radar X version. And while it doesn't look bad, the first thing that you would notice that you can't tell just by looking at it is the lightweight feel of the cheap plastic. The guns are now mounted horizontally instead of vertically for some reason. The radar scope still turns around and the body can still be rotated, but it just feels very plasticky and cheap, almost that if you played with it too hard that it might break. You can see the similarities and differences with the guns there. And another big thing that I have a problem with this toy is that the plastic just feels cheap. When you go to move the guns, they almost feel like they could break. The painting and the stickers are there, but they're just not as high quality. You can tell they're done in a mold, and it's just rather cheap. You can see with the guns here, they don't even hold in position all the way. They kind of bend, and I just don't like the feel of this compared to the Bandai and the Matchbox versions of these toys. So we'll just take a look at the stamp there, and you can see the 1994 Hasbro Playmates logo on the bottom. Overall, it still looks good, but if I had to choose between these, I would definitely take the die-cast ones. I don't really like the brown color as well. I think that's rather mundane. I like them in the gray or white colors that they have, and I think that's very classic and very cool looking. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the Robotech Battloids. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at with me today, and I'll see you back here next time. Take care. If you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time.